Hi boys and girls, welcome back to Mr. Tim's classroom. I know a lot of you are at home, studying, not at school. So sad, right? Well, look, I think this is a great opportunity to really work on your skills. And so today I wanted to talk to you about a skill that will really help make your writing clearer and more concise. Have you ever wondered what makes a really good journalist? Journalists are those people who write newspaper articles. They have a great ability to write and to squeeze a lot of information into a small space. This is a skill that you can learn to do as well. So today I thought I would talk about adjectival clauses. So let's have a look at the board. Imagine that you're writing a report about the dreaded COVID-19. And you wanted to talk about some facts, you wanted to share some facts and share some knowledge with your teacher, and you found yourself with the subject at the beginning of every sentence again and again and again. What happens when you write like that? How does your writing sound? Pretty boring, right? It sounds monotonous. So what we can learn to do is to write adjectival clauses. And if you read newspapers, you will see that journalists are very skilled at doing this because, as I said before, they need to put a lot of information into a small space. So let's have a look at these sentences together, all right? Here we have 3 sentences about COVID-19. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn one of these into an adjectival clause. That's the topic for today. Adjectival clauses. Now, before we continue, it's important to remember that clauses must have a verb. A phrase, on the other hand, does not have a verb. Very important distinction. So, let's choose one piece of information. Let's go with the first one. So, COVID-19 is a deadly virus. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with the subject, okay? COVID-19, and then we're going to put a comma here. And then we need a special kind of joining word called, do you know? It's called a relative pronoun. I'll tell you more about those later. But we're going to use which. We're going to choose the first one, as we said. So COVID-19, which is a deadly virus, comma. So we've done that one. And we don't need the subject again, do we? Because we've got it at the front here, right? And so we're going to use this joining word, which is called a relative pronoun, which actually stands for COVID-19. So it's a pronoun. So we don't have to say COVID-19, 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 because you know what, we're all sick of hearing that, that's for sure. So COVID-19, which is a deadly virus. Then we can get another piece of information. How about we go with this? We'll start with the verb. Began in, I think it was in late December. I might be wrong. So we just changed that slightly. So we got that covered. Let's have a look at our sentence so far, shall we? COVID-19, which is a deadly virus, began in late December and is now a pandemic. There you go. Boys and girls, we have joined 3 simple sentences together, all with the same subject, and we have created an adjectival clause. Do you know which one is the adjectival clause in our new sentence? I'll tell you which one it is. It's this one, which is a deadly virus. So adjectival clauses begin with a relative pronoun. Relative pronouns include other words like, I'll put them up here, or which is one. Do you know any other ones? What about for people? If you're talking about people, you're writing a biography about someone, we use words who, and we can use whose, and we can use whom. That is also a relative pronoun, and so is where. So these are called relative pronouns. Let's read our new sentence together. COVID-19, which is a deadly virus, began in late December and is now a pandemic. Sounds much better than COVID-19 is a deadly virus. COVID-19 is now a pandemic. COVID-19 began in, what did I say? Late December. So boys and girls, this is obviously a much better way to write than to start with the subject over and over again. I'm going to do another example for you. So boys and girls, let's look at another example. But first, just remember, our relative pronouns are who, which, whose, whom, that, and where. They're the most common relative pronouns. And here we have another 3 sentences. Shall we read it together? Annabelle is 10 years old. Annabelle is a great swimmer. Annabelle loves ice cream. Now, if we were writing, say, a biography about Annabelle, would that sound interesting? Is that a good way to write, to begin with Annabelle, Annabelle, Annabelle? What happens? It becomes boring and monotonous. So what we have to do is we want to get rid of 2 of these and we want to replace with one of these. Which one are we going to use for a person? Yeah? That one. Who. We use who for people. So, this is how it will look. We can say Annabelle, comma, and then use our relative pronoun, which is who. We can choose any of these, really. Let's say who is 10 years old. And put another comma. And we've done that. Get another piece of information. Is a great swimmer and loves ice cream. There we go. Which one sounds better? Annabelle is 10 years old. Annabelle is a great swimmer. Annabelle loves ice cream. Or does this one sound better? Annabelle, who is 10 years old, is a great swimmer and loves ice cream. Can you remember which one is the adjectival clause? This is it right here. That's an adjectival clause. That's a relative pronoun. And now we have made our writing much clearer, much more concise, not as repetitive, and certainly not monotonous. Boys and girls, I hope that's helpful. Today we've looked at adjectival clauses. Don't forget to download the worksheet below, try some at home, and while you're there, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to make heaps more videos. Thanks guys, all the best, take care.